Well, hello everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for a new video. Today I'm going to be using a really cool stamp set from Kitchen Sink Stamps called Sweetheart Daisies. And we're going to do a 4-step stamping process to create these realistic daisies that look so beautiful as the focal point for your card. The Sweetheart Daisy set comes with this nice little guide to be able to show you which pieces go with each image and then also the steps for those images to create the full picture. In today's video, we're going to be using these 4 ink colors from our Simon Says Stamp Pawsitively Saturated Ink Collection. And we're going to start first by stamping the lightest ink color with the solid heart shape. This is going to be the base for all of our stamping, and it's going to create some highlight areas for our final image. I'm using a MISTI tool to stamp my images. These images are pretty simple to line up. I found that using the center portion of the heart as my guide for where these images were placed, it was a really good reference point for where these images are going to end up, except for the final layer, but that one's super simple because it's just the centers of the flowers. I stamped the second layer in CITRINE, and then I'll work on stamping the third layer in SHERBET. This is a beautiful orange color. It's not part of the yellow family, but when layered up on top of the yellows, it creates the perfect shading. Finally, our floral centers, I used our Simon Says Stamp WOODSY to create that beautiful dark rich center. And this is going to complete our daisy heart. See how easy that was? In 4 steps, you have this super realistic looking image, which is so pretty. Now there are some bees in this stamp set that you could use to add some accents around the heart, but I'm going to leave it simple and actually cut this down quite a bit using one of our Simon Says Stamp nested arch dies. I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't shift when I run it through my die cut machine, and now this frames up that beautiful heart image perfectly. I've picked out some pattern paper from this Paige Evans collection, and I'm just going to glue this paper down with some Simon Says Stamp glue stick. Glue stick is super helpful when you're attaching things like pattern paper because it's not only strong, but it also gives you a little bit of wiggle time too, which is nice. So if you mess up the placement, you can easily fix it. I'm going to attach my arched panel onto my card using some foam tape. It's going to give it some dimension, and I love the pops of additional colors behind my florals. It adds a really nice touch to the card. I'm going to accent the card with a beautiful sentiment. This is our Fancy Thanks die, and I'm cutting it from our rose gold metallic cardstock. I've also die cut it from some white cardstock because I'm going to stack these pieces, there are 2 of them, behind my rose gold greeting. This is going to give the greeting just a little bit of dimension off of the card. It's going to give it a little bit of separation, so that's going to help it stand out really nicely amongst those sunflowers. That rose gold matches really nicely with the pattern paper, kind of pulls in some of those pink tones, and I just love the shine. To attach these, I'm using Simon Says Stamp Craft Tacky Glue. It's a nice strong adhesive, and I can just use little tiny dots of adhesive to attach these pieces together and finally onto my card. I'm going to complete the sentiment by using a sentiment strip. This is from our All the Thanks pack. I love the greetings in this. They went really well with the thanks die, and I just colored the edges of that with some black marker to hide the white core of the paper. Finally, I decided to add a few embellishments. This doesn't need much, but a bit of sparkle I thought would be fun. So I pulled in some honeybee gems, and these are just some yellow and orangish colors. And I'm just going to put a few of those here and there on the bottom right and top left of my heart. It just adds a little sparkle to those flowers. Nothing crazy, but enough to catch your eye, which I think is fun. And that's going to complete this beautiful thank you card. Now you could of course swap out the greeting for something else if you wanted to make it a birthday card, get well, thinking of you, you name it. This card is easily customizable to whatever occasion you're creating for. And I hope you were inspired by today's project. You'll give this a try. All the products that I'm using today are linked below in the video description, so if you're curious about anything, including the Sweetheart Daisies stamp set, be sure to check out the links below or on the blog. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll be back soon to share more with you all, but until then, I hope you have a wonderful day.
I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at SimonSaysStamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up. and subscribe to see more great content.